Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be going over the new extreme boosted units in Anime Last Stand. We're not going over the godly, probably do another video. All these units have glitch glorious, they all have crit skill tree and no souls. The souls I kind of want to do in a separate video, so yeah. So we're just going to start off with Gremmy here. He has quite a large effect, even though he only does like these lines which he switches through. Let's do some upgrades real quick and then we'll go over the what's it called, passives. Sorry, I've been waiting a long time for this update to drop. Okay, they constantly just have horrible update times. Okay, we'll go over that. So he has good damage, he has random, so that can be like really strong, and he switches to those and he gets 100% crit chance for some reason. All right, great range as well. Colossal Meteor, deal 15 billion damage to enemies in units range. Extreme boost variant. Oh, so I guess that's leftover text from before. Extreme boost variant deals 2.5 trillion damage in range, then for 100 seconds any enemy entering range is afflicted with sunburn, scaled off 10x this unit's damage and despair. 900-second cooldown. I mean, that's not that crazy, not to lie. Also, he's 100 placement, so I believe he has like infinite placements. I've heard he has like 100 placement limit or something, but I have glitched on him. Probably do another video, take off glitched, and like see if he's way stronger like that, which I think he probably is. Probably expensive though. Well, actually, no, he's only 200k. Wow. Okay. Anyway, Dreamer. Gremmy follows a rotating attack cycle, swapping after each attack starts on. I assume that means an. It's supposed to be an bullet onslaught. Bullet onslaught, line AoE plus 30% crit chance plus 100% crit damage. On crit applies bleed. Element light. Oh, so each different attack has a different element. Interesting. Seeking missiles. Circle AoE. Plus 50% range, plus 25% damage, gains detonation, element dark. Stone pillars, cone AoE, plus 100% crit chance. That's the 100% crit chance I was saying earlier. Element nature, water prism, circle AoE, plus 80% damage, gains soaked, element water. Erupting magma, cone AoE, plus 25% range, plus 20% damage, gains burn, element fire. Brittle bones, circle AoE, plus 125% damage, gains crippled, element neutral. So basically, oh, I didn't even realize he actually does switch elements. That's actually pretty cool. Very interesting. I don't know why they didn't just make a perfect seal though. Desires of victory, plus 0.025. Wait, buff. What the heck? Okay, well, that was weird. Plus 0.025% of each enemy's current HP within range. That is bonus damage to the next attack. Half of 250 million. On reaching the cap, summon one imaginary clone for 5 attacks with 20% of Grammy's current damage, the same element, and random for 1 hit effects. Clone cap 1. He only has 1. Clones do not follow the Dreamer cycle. Okay. So it only works for 1 attack? Oh, for 5 attacks. Same element at random for one hit effects. Okay. After 5 attacks, the clone explodes, dealing 10x of this clone's damage to enemies in range, then disappears. If an enemy leaves this clone's range, teleport to that enemy. The next attack, gain plus 50% crit chance and 200% crit damage, triggers once per clone. Hive Mind. This guy has so many things. Oh my god. The first Gremmy place becomes the primary. The primary gains plus 5% damage for each Gremmy unit or clone within range. Okay, so that's where the placements go off. Up to 5 additional placements synchronize their attack times with the primary, but never choose the same primary attack concurrently. Only one primary exists across all players. Across all players. Interesting. Does that mean you can only place 5? Oh. Once per match, global saturated across all Gremmys. Upon meeting both conditions, deal more than 1 trill total damage and attack the same enemy 10 times without it dying. Double Gremmy's placement limit for the rest of the match. When 2 or more Gremmy placements, excluding clones, are within range, all Gremmys share a global 40-second timer alternated between Meteor Shower, deal 2 times number of Gremmys placed in range times current damage to enemies in range. Suffocating Void, deal 5x damage and apply stun to enemies in range. Each additional Gremmy reduces the countdown by 1. 20 seconds. Oh shoot. Dang, I didn't even realize. I'm getting cuffed over here. Let's see, let's hit that. I don't think that did anything. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, why'd that not do anything? It's supposed to do 2.5 trillion damage. Okay. Anyway, Gremmy seems pretty good. I definitely have to do a video with him without glitched. That's for sure. Because I want to see how many placements he has. That'll be sick. Alright, we're going to go to the next unit. Alright guys, so now we're on to the next unit. We're going to do Jotaro next. He is a 750 placement, 10 mil damage. This is like one of the OG like goats of Anime Last Stand, I can't lie. We need a bowback rework. If you know, you know. Alright. So great placement damage. We're gonna do some upgrades here. And he has 100% crit chance. I see that. And he's getting crit damage as well. Full AoE also. Good range, full AoE, good damage, 100% crit chance, decent SPA. Okay. Upon activation, instantly kill all enemies marked with overwrite. Enemies marked with overwrite take 45% more damage from crits, slowed by 15% permanently. Bosses instead take 50% of the mass HP as damage. Heavily Domain. Upon activation, time stop the entire map for 45 seconds. If enemies are afflicted with overwrite, extend the time stop duration to 90 seconds. If Ancient Vampire Overheaven is range, add plus 10 seconds to the time stop duration. Put Overheaven Special on a 110 second cooldown. Okay. And these are good. I assume there's going to be other synergies with Theo. Oh yeah, there's one down there. Okay. When attacking an enemy with less than or more than 4 different status effects permanently marked with override. If Ancient Vampire Overheaven is in range, remove the requirements to mark enemies with override. So basically he'll just do it every attack instead. Okay. And it's a permanent thing as well, which is good. Upon attacking, or I should say, manipulations, upgrade 3. Upon attacking an enemy with overwrite, cycle 1 effect every 3 attacks. Soul, 1.5% max HP damage. That's pretty good. Biological, sit to neutral for 45 seconds. Takes plus 200% damage from all elements. Power, deal 5x damage to all enemies in range. Time. Time stop all enemies in range for 5 seconds. Healing. Cleanse debuffs from all units in range. If Ancient Vampire Overheaven is in range, it cycles every 3 attacks regardless of requirement. So it doesn't have to attack override enemies. Creation. Whenever a crit is missed, gain plus 5% crit chance permanently until 100%. Above 100%, or I guess that's above equal. Above or equal to 100% crit chance. Gain plus 1% crit damage per crit up to 200%. Okay, so that's what that is as well. Once capped, each manipulation's attack performs 2 effects instead of 1. Okay, so it'll do 2 of these. If Ancient Vampire Overheaven is in range, unlock both units plus 75% damage, AoE set to full. Well, both the units are already full AoE when you max them, so I don't know about that. I guess if you didn't upgrade them, I don't know. Or, well, I guess this is on placement, right? So I guess, yeah. This is Divine Rivals, by the way. I don't think I said the name of it. Every 3 to 7 Heavenly Chat attacks stun Dio for Heavenly Chat SPA times 1.5 and deal 3x Heavenly Chat damage times Heavenly Chat SPA divided by 1.5. They're doing too much. Oh my god. Every 3 to 7 Dio over Heaven attacks stun Heavenly Chat for AV SPA times 2 and times up all enemies for AVA SPA times 3 seconds. Wait, that's actually really good though, because he gets like 10 SPA like near his like last upgrade. So that's actually pretty good. I mean, this unit just seems pretty good. He definitely. Oh, I feel like this attack is really small. I didn't even realize this. For a full AoE, a little interesting. Anyway, 100% crit chance unit, basically. Not basically, it is. And then high crit damage, decent damage, and good SPA, good range. You know, these probably don't have nothing going on with them. Yeah, I think this is a good unit, especially paired with Dio. All right, we're gonna go to the next. All right, we're gonna do Benimaru next. I believe this is one of the units that has a soul that you can equip to it. That might be how you get the destruction stacks. So, again, I'm gonna do a different video probably on the souls. I think that's pretty interesting. So his damage is all right, but he also has Black Flames and Blaze. Good SPA. Way better SPA than I thought he'd have, I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Interesting. Oh, you getting a passive when you do that. Oh. Okay. Okay, we're gonna ignore that for a second. Wow, he has like no passives right now. Okay. Whenever an allied unit is in this unit's range, applies a fire-related dot, this unit also applies the same dot based on the ally's damage. Dots applied this way are 200% stronger. That's actually kind of crazy. 200% is actually insane. Enemies that enter this unit's range for the first time gain Scorch for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Cause all burn-related dots deal 125% more damage. Are you serious? Enemies under 50% HP have the same type. Can have the same type of burn dot applied multiple times. Oh, that's insane. What? That's crazy. Especially for 30 seconds, 3 SBA with Black Flames? That's crazy. Alright, let's look at this. Upon activation, gain passive, King of Destruction, gain active, Destruction, gain Sunburn, plus under 50% damage, plus under 50% range, and plus 150% crit damage. 150% range. The fuck? Wow. That's a crazy boost, I can't lie. And then you get this. Upon activation, deal damage stat times destruction meter for 50 for every 50 destruction meter used, apply a random dot. That's insane. Why can you have 20,000 destruction meter? Every 45 seconds, instantly finish all dot damage ticking on enemy. For every dot finished, gain 1 destruction meter. I think he does too much damage to get this destruction meter, but the only thing he gets from this is for this ability, so I'm not too worried about it. You know what? I highly doubt this has a thing. Yeah, didn't count. Ain't got nothing. This unit seems pretty insane, in my opinion, especially with the Scorched for 30 seconds when they enter his range. That's crazy. You can stack Black Flames on like that. That's just insane to me. And he has really good range. You could probably go damage tree on this guy, honestly, because of this like 150% damage or 150% range. Sorry, so you don't need to go crit tree. Really high crit damage as well. I think this might be the best unit so far that we looked at. Unless Gremmy's like insane without glitch with like all seeing or something like that, which he could be. Who knows? We'll find out. All right, we're gonna go on to the next. All right, next we're gonna do Giorno. Let's upgrade. Oh gosh. Let's turn off his VFX. All right. All right. I had to place Benimaru. So let's look at this. Damage is kind of mid. He does spawn these scorpions, which I'll go over in a second. Good range. They all have like 90 range. Am I tripping about that? Like I think they all have like actually 90 range. 3.7 SBA. So, okay, his actual base stats look kind of trash, but these are crazy. Look at how much damage these do. Okay. Lifespring 4th EX. Alright, I've looked at this before. This just overwrites the passive he has when he's unupgraded. So it's like it's the same, but he has like half this and this scales less. Alright. So Lifespring's 4th EX replaces Lifespring's 4th. When an enemy is killed in range, spawn a scorpion at their death location, scaling off 20% of the enemy's max HP plus this unit's current damage. Road summons in range gain plus 5% current damage times current range health per second. Inflict bleed and stun on contact. Enemies in range are slowed by 2% every second up to 60%. You will never reach the truth. Bosses in range spawn static clones of themselves every 3 seconds. After 30 seconds, 20% of the total damage dealt to the boss, boss's clone is re-inflicted on the boss. The boss is reduced to the first clone's position. Returned, sorry, to the first clone's position. Okay. This guy's kind of basic right now. Wait, let's try and use this ability. So he just spawns clones like crazy. Oh, okay. And then after, all the damage accumulated will go onto the boss, and then he'll respawn back to where the first clone went. Okay. I understand it now. That makes sense. Good support. Again, this one needs a soul as well. Again, I want to do a different video on souls. I like what they're doing. Let's see how much HP these things have accumulated. They're going up quick. 3.5 trillion. It sucks because these freaking bots here are eating up the damage for them. Dang. All right, we're gonna go on to our last and final unit now. All right, we're on our last unit, Dante. So let's just say the passives while we're farming money here. Pobble meter. Gain 1 combo on each attack or follow-up, plus 0.25% damage per combo stack. Ranks increase every 10 combo stacks. At each rank, deal damage in range, applying blaze off the multiplier. 1x, 1.5x, 2.25x, 3.5x, 5x, 10x, and 15x at triple S. So every 100 combo points, he'll do a 15 nuke, I think. I don't know. I don't know if it just stops after the first one. Smoky. I need to remember to say these passive names. That was combo rank, and the first one was combo meter. Smokin' Shrexy style. Temporarily gained when rank equals SSS. Combo meters last for 60 seconds. Apply blaze in range every 7th attack. Plus 20% crit damage on attack. Minus 40% SPA. Plus 30% range. Cool. Devil form. Every 8th attack, deal 10x damage in range. Applying mutilate and black flames off this multiplier. Plus 20% crit damage on attack. Gains rupture. So great. That looks a little scuffed. Am I tripping? Good lord. Anything new? No. Alright. I'll come back when I get enough money. Alright, we have enough money. Let's get that. New ability, Trigger. Obtained after first triple S is reached. Gain up to 70 combo, forcibly reaching the next SSS threshold. Enter devil form for 100 seconds. Is there... Okay, so that's this. Okay, that's... Alright. Let's see. Oh, he actually changes to his actual devil form. Okay. That's pretty cool. They actually change his like model. He's like guns on his hands. I've never played a Devil May Cry in my life, so I don't know what's going on. Whoa, look at his crit damage. His crit damage is crazy. Oh, it reset. His attack is obnoxiously huge. 100 range, 2.9 bill. He does have mutilate and black flames every 8th attack, which is pretty good. He has his blaze nuke. He's pretty good. This is another unit I think has a soul that I have to test out. But again, that'll be in a different video. I'm just going over the normal units right now. Yeah, I think this one's cool, especially when he gets this negative 40 SPA. That goes crazy. Oh, and he's perfect seal. Also, one last thing. perfect seal units can now equip element specific souls. So that's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, I guess that's it. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, that'd be cool. Yeah, that's it. See ya.